I don't remember not being involved with sports. From when we were real little, I had 3 brothers, always competitive, always a competitive game or even a fight at the house. Dad was involved with the sports. I can't remember not playing. We just played because that's what we did. All my friends played. We played football, basketball, baseball, because that's all we had at that point. With the 3 brothers all the time, I mean, we were always out there doing something, playing basketball, playing baseball, playing football. So that definitely helped develop your skills over the years. Very best role models was my dad. He coached me probably till I got to high school. He was a good athlete, very knowledgeable. He always encouraged us to play, but he never forced us to play. Another role model for sure, Coach Bailey. Probably the smartest baseball mind I've been around, even through the coaches I had in college. Tough, very tough. I can remember the days, and a lot of the other players will remember this, when rainy days, we'd go in the gym and we would do drill after drill after drill over and over and over and over and over, and couldn't stand it. I mean, it was just terrible, miserable doing the same thing over. But when we got on the field, I mean, we were ready to play. Football at that point was my favorite thing to play. That's all I wanted to do. Before my freshman year even started, I broke my back. I had a major back surgery right before the year started. My sophomore year, when I started back to school, football wasn't an option anymore. They wouldn't allow me to play football. And I was an okay basketball player, but probably not good enough to play with the guys here. So that left me with baseball. So that became my focus for the next 3 years. Only having 3 years to later, I wish I'd have had that earlier year, but I'd made the varsity team as a sophomore. No one knew who I was by any means. A couple weeks into the season, hadn't had any field time whatsoever, no playing time at all. We had a game that was a team we really weren't supposed to beat, but it wasn't an important game. We had a district game, I believe, the next day. So Coach Bailey decided he wasn't going to throw one of the starters. So I got to start. So it was my first time on the mound. Drew a no-hitter that day. First start, no-hitter. I was in the starting lineup from then on, so it worked out real well. My senior year against Walker, only time I got to throw against Walker, I struck out 16 batters, gave up a hit, 1 hit to Jay Fletcher, still remember, in the first inning. Came up the next time and I hit him on purpose. And I still see him every now and then, and he still does not let me forget that. Now, not so good memories, have some of those. I gave up a sacrifice fly in the 7th inning to Bel Air my senior year to lose the district championship. I will never forget that pitch. It was a terrible pitch. Losing the state championship that year to Brother Martin in Alex Box. Another bad memory. I tend to remember the bad ones worse, more than I do the good ones. They seem to stick when you made a mistake and didn't do it right. During the state championship game, we played 3 games at Alex Box. The first game was Friday night. I don't remember the opponent, it's been a long time, but I think I threw 6 innings of no-hit baseball, and then Brent Taylor, if I remember, came in and threw the last inning, so we threw a no-hitter on Friday night in Alex Box in the first round of the tournament. Saturday morning, we played East Ascension. Ben threw a heck of a game, threw a gym. I think we won that 4-3, and then we played again that evening. I started that game. I wasn't real good at throwing back-to-back days. That was never one of my strong points. So I think, if I remember, I pitched 5 or 6 innings, but Ben closed out the game. But I believe we lost that game 5-3 or 5-4 against Brother Martin. Heck of a baseball team. I don't really think most people thought we should have been even in the ballpark with them, the country kids, you know, coming to play. But we held our own. I'd love to have pulled it out. We didn't, but great experience. You can ask any other pitchers, when it leaves your hand, you know you made a mistake. You know, and you know you've messed up. And I think it was Vic Merritt for Bel Air that hit the sacrifice fly, and I knew it when I let it go that it was wrong, and we lost. My senior year, I was very fortunate to to make the all-district most valuable player. I was an all-state pitcher. I was also selected on the state championship all-tournament team. I also got to play in the Louisiana High School All Star Game. Finished my 3 years with a pitching record of 30-8 and a batting average of .383. Playing ball in high school, I never thought about playing on the next level. It just wasn't something, I had thought about, but I had a couple D1 and D2 offers, a few handfuls, small offers. And East Mississippi Community College offered me a full ride to come play there. We had a couple guys here that were going up there to try to play, so that's how I ended up at East Mississippi. Great baseball program. We had guys from all over the country there, and just about every one of them made major strides and went either drafted or D1 programs when they left. Finished my 2 years there with a 23-3 record with a ERA of just below 1.5. I ended up going from there, again, had a few offers to go places, wanted to come home, wanted to be at home. Went to Southeastern. I started having arm trouble, lots of cortisone shots, lots of therapy, a scope on the arm, and then turned out right at the end of the year a full-blown rotator cuff surgery. Career over, all done after the junior year. People I'd like to thank. First, everyone that had anything to do with this and made it possible. Mom and Dad. How many, 4 boys? How many road trips and practices and games that they sat through. I mean, hours and hours and hours. Couldn't have done anything without them. In all the years we played, I never, and I mean never, heard my mother or father raise their voice at me on the field, raise their voice at a coach, raise their voice at an umpire. Never. And that is greatly appreciated by me. I never had to worry about what they were saying. I could just go play the game. Dad's not around. Might get a little teary here, but I wish he was here to see this. He's been gone a long time, but he would have enjoyed it. Before I finish, close out, I want to say that I have been thoroughly blessed by God and Jesus Christ. And I'm a follower all the way, and they have blessed me unbelievably. Of any honor that I could receive, again, thanks for this honor. The biggest thing I'm proud of is my 33-year marriage to my wife, Melinda. That's the thing I'm most proud of in life. Having good wife, great kids, very proud of all of them. Being inducted to the Denham Springs Hall of Fame is by far the biggest honor I've ever received. I know a lot of the men and ladies that are in there, and completely in awe of what they've achieved. Just can't say how much I'm honored to be part of that. Honestly, don't have any of my awards and honors sealed, any of the plaques or anything, and I've never ever put one on the wall anywhere in my house. Just never have. But this one will be up. I'll have this one on the wall, and hopefully lots of people will see it.